Hey there, home athletes. Happy Thursday. A longer workout for you today. Definitely over 15 minutes. Probably pushing on for 20. We'll see how it goes. 4 rounds for time, 400-meter run, 200-meter farmer carry, 100 meters walking lunges. So you have some distances to measure out prior to the workout, of course. Get your Google Maps app or whatever out. You need a 400 meters, a 200 meters, and a 100 meters. So first off, we're starting with a 400-meter run. Should take 2 minutes or so. My thing I'm talking about people today, and you may or may not have a band at home. If you do, great. I'm going to show you a quick little drill if you have a band. If you have a stretchy band like this. In home athletes, I always tell people having a couple of bands like this is an awesome things to have around the house. You can do a lot of different things with a band. You can do strength work, you can do mobility work, you can do all sorts of things. Not too expensive, very handy, and you may even be able to get one of these right now. I know everything else is sold out, but I think stretchy bands are still around. I would suggest maybe a big green one like this, and then one of the smaller, either an orange or a red one. I have these at home. They're very versatile. They're great for traveling. You can, like I said, a bunch of different things. Anyway, so band and running drill today. So first off, I like to talk about falling as we run, right, or leaning into it, however you think about that. If we just stand straight up and we're using our legs to kind of push ourselves forward, it's less efficient. But if we lean as we run, right, we kind of let those hips lean away, we're actually using our body weight to pull ourselves forward, or we're falling, it's often called, right? It's fall. A lot of people describe running as a controlled fall, right? The more you lean, the faster you go. It's very cool. It's a very more efficient way to run. To that end, if you do have a stretchy band, like this, anchor it to something solid, of course. What we're working on here is the band wants to pull the hips back, right? We don't run like that. We run with the hips forward. And then we can kind of lean into it. And when we run, we want to keep our knees soft, right? Your legs should never be fully extended at any time when you're running throughout any part of the stride. We're staying mostly on the balls of the feet, although the heels should be allowed to actually kiss the ground each time, but most of the impact is on the balls of the feet. What we're doing here is just leaning, right? We're using that band for resistance, and then just pulling. As we run, we lean and pull, right? Notice how my feet are kind of pulling my feet directly underneath my center of mass. This is the best way to run. Most efficient, lowest impact. It's great. It's called pose method. So right here. So if you have a stretchy band, try that. If you don't have a stretchy band, just try a couple practice runs when you're warming up a little bit. Just focus on letting the hips lead you forward, right? You can even try that a couple times. Stand, fall, then as soon as you start to lose balance, run into it. And just kind of do that a few times. You can do it out in your driveway or whatever. But lean, take a few steps. Lean, take a few steps, so on and so forth. Use that body weight to your advantage. All right, what do we got next? 200-meter farmer carry. So your choice on single hand or double hand. I don't mind, whatever you have. You can go 100 meters down in one hand and then 100 meters back in the other, or maybe you have 2 weights, 2 dumbbells, 2 heavy buckets, 2 suitcases, whatever. I don't mind. Things with farmer carries, we're looking to, let's keep those shoulders set back and down, right? It's easy to let those shoulders roll forward when we do a farmer carry. We don't want that. Shoulders back and down. That rule applies to everything. We're looking for a nice deep grip on our weight, right? If we're just going to have that weight, whatever it is, kind of hanging in the fingers right there, it's just a lot of finger stretch. But if we can actually get a nice deep grip, right, try to get that weight, the handle of what it is, kind of way up in the palm, makes it easier to carry that heavy weight for 200 meters. And then when we walk with a farmer carry, so farmer carry does not have to be a walk. I often see people kind of going really slow. I mean, we get a nice little trot or a shuffle or something going. Because, you figure the slower you walk, the longer you're carrying those weights, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's very fatiguing to your grip. So let's try to go knees soft, just like we did the run, and kind of smart, controlled steps, and get a nice little pace going. Weighted carries are awesome. They work your grip, they work your core, they work everything. Very simple, but very effective. And then each round ends up with 100 meters of walking lunges. Right, so that's 100 meters total. Get your, ideally, you have maybe a 50 meter measure, so you lunge down, turn around, and lunge back, or it can be whatever you want it to be. But walking lunges, plain old body weight, nothing additional to it. Try to keep a nice upright torso. Step it out, drop it straight down. When we're in the bottom of our lunge, ideally back knee is gently touching the ground, gently, especially if you're outside. And we're looking for 90-degree angles, right? So we should have a 90-degree angle in the front knee, which means that front shin should be vertical. We have a 90-degree bend kind of here in the back knee, right? The hips open, back knee on the ground, and then we are stand up, bring the feet together, and repeat. The biggest takeaway from that is keeping that front shin vertical, right? We don't want to let that knee travel forward. Puts a lot of stress on that kneecap in the front. No good. We don't want that. If you cannot go outside or you cannot do 100 meters, you can do the math, measure how long your lunge is, and we can just do, you can just lunge in place. You can just go 1, you can go 2. I mean, for me, I know my lunge is probably about 3 feet or so. So you can do the math and figure out how many that would be for you for 100 meters. If you just want to stay inside, don't want to do them outside, figure it out that way. All right, those are all my coaching tips for you today. Hope you have fun with this one. It's a good workout. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Any questions, text me, email me. Have fun.